take yourself down onto the mat. And I should say as well, if you need anything at any stage to make yourself more comfortable, a towel, a pillow, anything to be comfortable as you move through, go ahead and grab it at any stage and join back in, yeah? We're gonna roll down onto the mat and then just drop here. Okay, lovely. So we're lying down. You've got those feet planted onto the floor. The knees are bent. The body is just dropping backwards. Okay, so we spend so much time meeting gravity, pushing against it. Now here, see, can you allow gravity to almost give you an extra little sense of relaxation? Yeah, to drop down into the floor. Now, as you're here, can we get a sense of the width, the space, the area in the back of your pelvis? Okay, maybe take your hands onto the sides of your hips and then just roll them across the tops of the hip bones, your lower abdominals in towards your pubic bone, and then roll them out. So we start to get a sense of the width of your pelvis. Female pelvis is usually a little bit lower and a little bit wider than the male pelvis. And then you can go ahead and let your arms drop back down. And so today we're going to talk about the right pelvic half and the left pelvic half, and the femur, that thigh bone, dropping into it. Okay. Oh, perfect, nice. Now in this position, can you get a sense of the weight of your pelvis? And where does the weight go? Is it more towards your tailbone? Is it more towards your lower back? Is it somewhere in the middle? Start to just become aware. Have you got a little bit more weight in your right pelvic half or your left pelvic half? Does one feel heavier? Does one feel lighter? Do they feel roughly the same? And then when you're ready from here, I want you to stand into your feet. It's almost like you're trying to slide the mat away from you to influence the pelvis to roll backwards, lower back rolling into the mat. And then pull the heels towards your seat bones to arch, to roll the lower back off the mat, to roll the pelvis. Slide the feet to roll the pelvis. Pull the heels to you to roll the pelvis. Now, keep this going. And as you're rolling the pelvis, I want you to really think as much as possible about your bones, yeah? Try not to think, pull your abs to roll. Try to think, leveraging those bones to move the body. And as you roll your pelvis, notice, hopefully, you get that reciprocal movement through your spine. So as you're moving your pelvis, your head is nodding forwards and backwards. Your rib cage is getting that movement. And your ankle, believe it or not, is getting a little bit of movement here. Let's do 2 more. Good, 1 more. And then relax. Now forget about the feet and just rock the pelvis forwards and backwards. Keep that sense of easy breathing. So again, we're starting with really gentle movement here. And usually we think so much about moving the femur, your thigh bone, in your pelvic socket. Whereas now we're switching the focus to moving the pelvis around your thigh bones. Let's go ahead and circle that pelvis out on the mat. So we're just massaging out those bones at the back of the hips. Lower back, sacrum, where your pelvis meets your spine. Go ahead and reverse it. Dancing the pelvic calves around the thigh bones. And we get a little bit of almost oscillation in the spine and in the rib cage. And then pause. Return to wherever your center is and walk your feet away from you a little bit more. We're going to do that feet flapping that we did in your breathing class. We're going to lift the foot. Your heel stays connected the whole time. Tap the foot, lift, tap, lift, tap. Can you use this tapping of the foot to allow that oscillation and that forwards and backwards movements of the spine, of the pelvis, of the rib cage. Good. I feel a little bit of tightness in my shins here. Super normal if you've got tight ankles or stiff ankles. For 4, 3, 2, and relax. Go ahead and stand the feet down into the mat again. Pull the heels towards your seat. Again, we're going to stand in the legs. Press the feet through the floor. More weight in your heels. Let's go 60, 70% of the weight in your heels and the rest in your toes and the ball of your foot. And just hover the pelvis. Enough to slide your hands underneath your pelvis, but no more. And then release it down. We're going to roll the right leg into tabletop, foot to floor. Left leg into tabletop and down. Stand into the feet. Press the floor down, down, down. Hover your hips. Keep pressing, not really much in the hamstrings here, hopefully. Drop the pelvis. Right leg to tabletop, return. Left leg to tabletop, return. Stand the feet through the mat. We're going to hover the pelvis. Now let's keep going. Send your kneecaps as far forward as you can to lift up into bridge. Hover the hips. Yes, good. Now here, allow your chest bone to melt a little bit more. So that chest bone is just dropping down into the abdominal wall. Mind that your knees don't come wide, and then glide the spine back down into the mat and release. Right leg to tabletop, return to the floor. Left leg to tabletop, return to the floor. Stand in both of your feet. Reach the knees over the toes. Send the knees forward. Send the tailbone up. Drop your chest bone down. Using the backs of your legs now. Acting the muscles in the backs of those hips, your glutes, to switch on, to start to work. Side hip muscles are working. And then glide the body all the way back down. Good. Once the pelvis comes to the floor, right leg to tabletop, return. Left leg to tabletop, return. Last time, stand the feet through the floor, reach the knees. Good. Now you're going to stay here. Soften the chest bone. Good. We're going to stay lifted on this one. You're going to take right leg to tabletop, return. Keep the pelvis beautiful and steady for me here. What I want you to think about is before you ever lift a leg, send the other foot through the floor. Take control in that standing leg so that when the opposite foot, that opposite knee rolls in, nothing much changes in the pelvis. Check in here. Are you pressing through your arms? Try not to. Can we feel that breath connect? Ribs and pelvis talking to each other. Last two, one other side here. And last one. And down. Drop the pelvis to the mat. Really good. Well done. Last little bit of work here like this. We're going to press the feet through the floor. Send the knees reaching away from you. Start to open the front body. So we're stretching the front body. We're strengthening the back body. And doing other things as well. Yes. When you're ready here, keep the pelvis relatively balanced. We're going to send the right knee as far forward as you can. That's going to allow that left hip to dip a little bit. Pick the left hip up, balance the body. Now your left knee reaches, femur gets longer, the right hip dips. Pick the right hip up, balance the femurs. One more other side. So we're getting a little bit of rotation now. Pelvic half around pelvic half. Last one other side, reach. Pick it up, stay connected, stay lifted now. Keeping the pointy tips of those hip bones in the same line. We're going to slide the hips to the right. Slide the hips to the left. Slide them back to center, drop down an inch and hold. Two more. Slide the hips right. Slide the hips left. Slide the hips center, 1 inch down and hold. Last time, slide the hips right. Slide the hips left, slide them back to center, and drop all the way to the mat. Feel the body release into the floor. We're gonna do that one more time, going left first. Stand into the feet, reach the knees forward, grow from your femurs, press the floor away. Yes, super, good. Stay lifted. We're gonna slide the hip bones to the left. Slide the hip bones to the right, take them back to center, drop down 1 inch. Slide to the left, slide to the right, back to center, drop down 1 inch. Last time, slide to the left, slide to the right, slide to center, pause it. You're gonna be about a fifth distance off the mat, stay here. All the weight in your right leg. Slide your left leg away from you until that foot hovers off the floor. Reach out through those toes. Make that leg really stretched out. We're going to lift the foot to the ceiling. Lower the leg to hover. Lift to the ceiling. So we're rolling that thigh bone in that hip socket. This requires strength. This requires breath. Good. Once more, sweep it. Hold the leg down there. Reach out through it. Circle 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the foot to the floor. Slide it back in. Stay here. Recalibrate. We're still about a fifth distance off the mat. Your ribs are softening into your abdominal wall. Take your opposite leg, slide it away until it hovers, balance the pelvis. Reach the foot to the ceiling, lower the legs. See, can we point the toes up, flex the foot away, standing leg, really connecting through the floor. Last 2. And reach. Last time, hold the leg down on that hover, stay reaching, stretching through it, circle 5, 4, checking in with your shoulders. And 1, reverse it, go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower, slide the knee, drop the body to the floor. Go ahead, pull the knees into your chest. Those femurs, the head of the femur, that thigh bone, that ball is dropping into the back of the socket. Take your hands onto your kneecaps now and circle around. Good, and you can allow one hip to lift as you go. And reverse it. And find your center, really good. Go ahead and return your feet to the floor. And we're gonna zip those legs together. So big toes touching, knees touching, really good. Inner thighs zipped up, feet heavy. We're gonna go left leg first, really controlled, really slow. We're gonna let that left knee fall out to the side without any juddering, without any sort of like pressing through it. Just nice and easy. It opens out until we land towards the baby toe side of the foot, right leg steady and strong. That left leg is going to be called back in, seat bone rolling. Let's do it 2 more times on that left side first. Sliding that inner thigh open. A lot of us are super tight on those inner thighs, which can really influence how that pelvis works. Let's do it 1 more time, widening the seat bones. Let your pelvic floor go. No holding tension, no pulling up, no zipping up. Breathing to create movement. Let's allow that right knee now to do the same thing. Right knee falls out to the side. Good, yes, lovely. Open it away. And then call that right knee back in. Really good. Let's do that again. Slide the knee. Hip opens, rolling the femur in the socket, super good. And then call it back in. 1 more. Slide it out. See, can we notice the weight in both hips? Obviously, more weight into the leg that's moving. Now, if it's available to you here, go ahead, both legs open away. And you might notice here they don't go as far, but take your time. Seat bones widen, relaxing through the base of your glutes. Yeah, nothing going on there. Call the legs back in. As the knees move out to the sides, the balls of the femur are rolling in towards the midline, closer to the center of the body, closer to each other. As the knees roll towards the ceiling, the ball of the femur rolls the opposite direction. So you think about like holding a baton, holding anything. When one end of it moves in one direction, the opposite end of it moves equally in the opposite direction. Let's do that one more time. Reach, 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 reach. And then call the legs all the way back in. Excellent. We're going to start to work on your 5 sort of core Pilates exercises that you'll see on the mat. And I want you, as you're doing it, to pay attention to your pelvis and what's going on with your femur and your hip sockets. All right, when you're ready, go ahead, pull the knees towards the chest. Hold on to the knees or the shins. Roll that upper body into flexion. You are super welcome to keep your upper body down on the mat, yes. Now, leg position is up to you. You can have those knees pulling into the chest. You can have those legs in that 90-90 position. You can reach the legs to the ceiling, or you can lower your legs away from you. Know that whatever leg position you choose for 100 will affect where the femur is in the hip socket and how much weight those legs are providing for your core. We're going to go to 100, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to cycle through the other 4 exercises. So when you're ready, go ahead. And you can explore those legs. Reach out through the fingers, pumping. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 20. And as you press those arms, can you get a sense of wherever you are, reaching on through your toes, but also plugging that thigh bone deeper into that hip socket. So we're reaching in 2 directions. Those legs are a deep part of that torso, thigh bone dropping in and back, but also reaching through the legs, using the weight of those legs as a challenge for that deep core. Last time, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, pause it. Hug the knees into you, give yourself a breath. Okay, so we're going to move into single leg stretch, double leg stretch, scissors, lower and lift, okay? So, rolling the upper body up, you know you can drop the head and shoulders at any stage if you need to. We're going to take the right knee in towards your chest, right hand to your ankle, the left hand towards your knee. Send the left leg away from you. So, we pull with one leg, we reach and stretch out the opposite leg. And swap. Pay attention to the sliding of the femur in the hip socket. Notice the weight of the back of the body on the mat. Lower back is gently dropping into the mat. You're not pushing it, but it's dropping there. Last 2, last 1, knees in. Double leg stretch, all about controlling the weight of your legs. Reaching right down towards the ankles, holding as low as you can. We're going to take that breath, use the breath. Arms reach overhead, legs reach out in front. Circle the arms and circle the knees in. Reach to lengthen, circle to pull. Reach to lengthen, circle to pull. Now, pause. Reach to lengthen. You're going to pull your toes back to your shins. Circle the arms around as you circle the knees or the legs around and pull in. 2 more. Arms, toes back. Circle the legs, the femurs, and in. 1 more time. Reach toes to kneecaps. Circle around and pull in. Release the upper body to the mat. Give yourself a second. When you're ready from here, Extend the legs to the ceiling and bend, hands behind your thighs. Press. Let's do that 2 more times. Reach it. Last one, stay here. Roll the upper body off the mat 1 more time. We're going to take both hands to the right leg, to the calf or to the thigh. Reach the left leg away. Good. So we're going to pull that leg into you. Pull, pull, swap, pull, pull, swap, pull, pull, swap. Femur, femur lengthen. Good. Pull, pull. Last 2. Last 1. Singles just for 4 and 4 and 3 and 3. Opening and closing the hips. Last one. Last one. Take both legs to the ceiling. You're welcome to drop your head and shoulders here, or interlace your hands. Pop your hands behind your head. Lift the chest. We're going to lower the legs away, only as low as you can maintain your lower back pressing to the floor. Lift the legs to the ceiling. Guys, we've got 4 more here. Inhale away. Exhale, roll up. Inhale away. Exhale, roll up. 1 more. Inhale away. Exhale, roll up. If you've got your upper body lifted, lower it. Replace the arms down by your sides. Now slowly, your right leg is going to lower and find the floor. Your left leg is going to follow it. We're going to come into roll-ups from here, thinking about how your entire torso has to roll around your thigh bone to take you to seated, okay? So arms are going to stretch all the way overhead. You're going to pick up that line of tension from the back of your body getting longer. So we're going to roll the arms, roll the eyes, roll the head, roll the ribs. Start to roll your torso on top of your seat bones, and the body comes strong. For you to roll down, you've got to circle the pelvic calves around. Your seat bones are sliding to your heels, and you roll up the seat bones through the spine and reach the arms. Let's do that 2 more times. Roll, breathe, reach, roll the torso around your thigh bones. Yes, good, you guys. Rolling it back down. Take the seat bones, slide them towards the heels, along the hamstrings, heavy legs, and we reach over. Let's do it 1 more time. Roll, reach, breathe. Remember, you can count out loud, you can hum, reaching forward, stacking tall, and then roll the seat bones along the hamstrings to the backs of the knees and stretch. Now we gotta roll up 1 more time. So easy in the breath, give me a nice long sustained breath out. Good, yes, gorgeous roll ups. Well done, you guys. All right, we're gonna stay seated at the top. And let's come into mermaid, yes? We often think about this as a rib exercise, but when we look at what's going on down in the pelvis, we've got absolute extremes of pelvic movement, yes? We've got an internally rotated leg, the one that the foot that goes behind you, and an externally rotated leg is the one that comes in front. Give yourself a second. If you want to prop yourself up on a cushion, now would be the time. And just see, can we get comfortable here? And we're going to play around with those legs. You're going to probably end up rolling on and off the mat. I'm sorry about that. But don't worry about it. It's absolutely what's supposed to happen. Let's open up those ribs a little bit first, yes? So mermaid, hand to mat, opposite hand behind the head. We're going to send that elbow up to the ceiling, open out that ribcage. Good. Now when you're ready, go ahead and rotate it around to the floor. Maybe even we look behind. And take it back. Notice what happens in the legs as you do this. As you rotate, you might notice that that kneecap of the folded leg starts to reach forward and starts to come back. And you're never stopping any of that movement. That's all good stuff. Stay there. reaching that arm long. Now just your arm and pick it up. And we're gonna go other side. We reach and we take it back. And we reach and we come back. And we reach and pause it. Okay, super, you guys. Let's start to get into a little bit more pelvic work, yes? So from here, whatever leg is behind you, you can use your hands, yes? We're gonna start to pick that knee up and off the floor. Your ribs will roll towards it a little bit, and then take it down. So really gentle, just start to roll towards that, and take it down. I'm actually going to spin myself sideways just so you can see, but you can stay exactly as you are. So we roll that knee up. Good. Now let's see, can we follow it? These are called 90-90 transitions. So we're going to pick the knee up, follow it. You're on your seat bones. Follow it all the way so that we're sitting in mermaid, the opposite direction. Come back. Lift the knee. Follow around. Amazing. Good. Back knee lift. Spiral. Amazing. Now, if we can do that without the hands, give it a go. Okay? It'll feel a little bit like you're an octopus and like you've got loads of arms that are getting in your way. Good. And notice, as you start to transition, that body is invited to flex. And as we come out of it, the chest bone is invited to extend. So don't fight it. Don't try to keep yourself totally upright. It's not where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be wherever you are. And let's pause on this next one. Good. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of strengthening here before we move back to mobility. So we're going to take this back knee as far back as you can, 90 degrees if possible. So we've got hip, knee, and ankle, and same in the front leg. Now, can we sit tall and pick the back foot off the floor? If you need to pull that leg further forwards, go for it. Roll the foot off the floor, spin a little, and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Good. 1 more time, nice. Now we're gonna anchor the foot, lift the knee. A little easier, probably, potentially, depends on your body. 2. And 1. Okay. Pause. Pick the whole leg up. And then, good. And again, whole leg lifts. And then let's do that once more. Hold it. Really good. Can we little pulses up in that leg for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5. Now you can be as low to that ground as you need to be. Last 2, last 1. We're going to take this leg, spiral it around to be in front. Very good. Pick the leg up, spiral it around to be behind. Nice. Pick it up, and again, wherever your body needs to move to do this is fine, yes? Pick it up. Good. Make sure that we haven't stopped breathing. Make sure that we're not using any clenching in that jaw to get you there. All right, spiral it forwards, and you're gonna stay here, okay? This is hip mobility, lower back lengthening, all of the good bits, all of the essence of Pilates in one delightful little sweeping movement, okay? Use your hands if you need to. I want you to keep this foot out in front, and we're gonna roll up to 1 knee down, 1 foot down. Amazing, good. Now the back foot slides out of the way, and you let yourself down. Yes, again. Chest aims up, super, and wide seat bones release, good. Again, chest bone up, amazing, yes. And release. We're gonna do it 1 more time. Take it up, good. And then take the knee down onto the mat. So we're balanced, we're somewhere perfect in the middle.
We're going to come onto all fours from here. Oh, I think if I, oh no, I haven't frozen. Okay, so hands to the mat, knees to the mat, shins to the mat. Long spine, sit back into the heels and come forwards. Good. So again, moving femur and pelvic half. 2 more. One more time. Excellent. When you're ready, go ahead. Start to circle around your thigh bones and around your shoulders. Let's do 2 in this direction. And 1 in this direction. Let's reverse it. Very good. Keep going, keep breathing, keep circling. 3 and 2 and 1 and find your center. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to tuck your toes under. You're going to start to walk your hands back towards your knees. Roll until you're in a low squat. Your heels can absolutely be lifted. If you could get your heels to the mat, amazing. I can't. We're going to take the hands back down, knees back down, you're on all fours. Press into the mat, roll into your low squat. Walk the hands away. Good, again. Roll back into that low squat. Good, guys. And back down. Let's add, yes, we're going to roll the hands back, roll through the ankle. Now take your time. I want you to aim your chest up. You're going to come into the lowest squat you can have with your heels down. So wherever that is for you. Good. And then press up to standing. Excellent. Then come into that low squat. When you can't come any lower, lift your heels and down. Hands find the floor and come all the way out. Let's do that again. Walk the hands back to the knees. Roll through the ankles, low squat. Heels down. Pause in that low seated squat. Then press up to standing. Then walk it back. Sit back into that squat. Good. Let those heels lift to walk away. Very nice. Let's do that 2 more times. Without a pause. We're going to send the heels down. Lift the body up tall. Send yourself into the squat. Good. So good for that hip mobility and strength. Once more. And roll it up. Very good. Hinge into the hips. Really good for releasing out that low back. And take it all the way down onto all fours. Find yourself on all fours here. Send the left leg out behind you. Don't allow yourself any tipping to the right. We're going to pick that left leg up. Really good. Now we're going to stay lengthening away through that leg. Press the hands through the mat. Round the back. Pull the knee towards the chest. Send the leg out behind you. Neutral spine. Look out. Round the spine. Push the hands through the floor. And reverse it. 2 more. Round the spine. And reach it away. 1 more time. Round the spine. Reach it away. And then drop the foot to the floor, slide it in. Opposite leg, slide it away, pick it up, find that balance, keep reaching. Good. Round the spine, pull the knee in. Send it away and open it out. Pull it in. And reach it away. 2 more. Pull it. And reach it away. 1 more time. Draw it in. Send it away. Drop the foot to the floor. Legs stretches out straight. Hands are strong. Take yourself into a plank. Now when you're ready, connecting into the hands and into the feet, we're going to bend the knees. Sit back in those heels. Backside low, hips down, hover over those heels. Then press the heels away from you, stretch the body out. This is deep moving of the femur in the hip socket. We're going to do 3. And press it away. Good, good. The lower you get your backside, the lower those knees are to the mat, the deeper we're getting that femur in the socket. Let's do it one more time. Sit back. Spring it out. Bend the knees to the mat. And take yourself into like a child's pose, a shallow stretch. And just breathe. You can have those big toes touching knees apart or those legs parallel, whatever feels good to you. Just reach, just breathe. And then slowly roll yourself up. And then you're going to take your time and you're going to find yourself in mermaid in the opposite direction. So opposite leg in front, opposite leg behind, spine organizing itself tall through that body. Hand to the floor, opposite elbow is going to reach up to the ceiling, hand behind the head. Just find that space, that breath. Good. Send the elbow up a little more. And then if you can, we're going to rotate around. And we're going to take it back. And we're twisting. And we're breathing to open it out. 2 more. Rotate to reach. And take it back. Good. 1 more time. Rotate it around. And take it back. And then reach that arm all the way over. Open that whole side waist. And then lift it up. We're going to go opposite direction. Reach. Good. Lift. And all the way over. Lift. And all the way side. 1 more other side. Pick it up. Other side. Very good. And find your center. Really good. Okay. Nice and gentle now. Again, I'm going to spin myself a little bit. Take your time. Hands can move with you. We're going to lift the back knee. See, can we transition straight away into that spiral around? Lift and spiral. Good. Now, if and when it makes sense for you to pick your hands off the mat, go for it. If it never makes sense for you to take your hands off the mat, keep them down. That's what the floor is there for. Good. Let's do one last one. And find your pause as I awkwardly spin my mat around. Holding it there then. Okay. We're going to stay nice and tall. We're going to pick the back foot off the floor. Good. Sliding the knee a little further back. Back foot up. And good. 1 more. And then anchor the foot, lift the back knee, and replace. When you lift the knee, that big toe has to stay on the floor. Good. Last one. Okay, stay. Can we lift that whole leg? Can we pick the foot up and lower down? Good. 3 more times. Good. Well done, side hip strengthening. 2. Last one, hold it. Little pulses, up, up. For 5, lift for 4, lift for 3, for 2, for 1. And we're going to spiral the leg around to sit in front. Excellent. Pick the leg up, spiral it back into 90-90. Good. Pick it up, spiral around. Pick it up, spiral it back. We'll do that 1 more time. Pick it up, spiral around. Find your tallest spine and roll up onto the knee. Once you're there, organize the feet. Make sure your feet aren't too close to each other, yeah, or it'll make it super hard to get up. And then slide and sit back. And the beauty about this is we cannot use too much muscle to get up. If we try and squeeze and contract, we're We're gonna get in our own way. Good, yes, it's like perfectly synchronized. Everyone's moving together. This is magic. Good. Wide seat bones, let it go. Yeah, control, nice, 2 more. Roll it up, good. I find the second side a little more challenging. Good, yes. Last one, lift it. And then take the knee to the floor. Last little bit of work here, you guys. We're kneeling. I'm gonna take my left leg out to the side. I'm gonna take my right hand to the floor. You have 2 choices. Hand can come to your hip or behind your head. Again, this is all about femur and pelvic socket, yes? Good, press and just float the leg, yes. Reach out through the heels, side kick kneeling. We're gonna kick the leg forwards, forwards, point the toes back, back, kick, kick, back, back, 3, 3, and back, back, and 2, 2, and back, back, hip flexes, flexes, extend, extend and stay, take it back to center, lower the foot, bend into the knee to take it all the way up. Very good. Release the knee, opposite foot comes out, opposite hand goes down, and then hand either behind your head, a little more challenging, or on your hip, a little more manageable. Pick the leg up, find that balance. We're going to kick the leg forwards, forwards, back, back, and kick, kick, and sweep, sweep, and 3, 3, and back, back, kick, kick, and back, back. Good, 1 more, ribs flex, ribs extend, good. Now when you're ready, drop the foot to the floor, press yourself all the way up, spin yourself around, sit down, and we're going to finish out with a big open through those front hips. We're seated on the mat. We're going to take the hands to the mat, fingers forward if you can, but it's not too important. If there's anything going on in the wrist and you need to spiral those hands around, go for it, yes? When you're ready, press the feet through the floor. This is a reverse bridge, yes? All about your hamstrings and your glutes. Back body working, front body opening. Stand into the legs, swing the hips to the heels, press the floor away, open the hips. We're looking forwards over those knees. And release it down. Good. Let's do that again. Good. Press. Replace. Once more, guys. These are strong. Press. Now you're welcome to just keep lifting and lowering, but if you can, 1 leg to tabletop. Replace, second leg, and down, last 2, good, last 1, and down, take the body back. All right, last challenge. You're so welcome to keep those knees bent if that feels better to you. If you can, go ahead and lengthen the legs. It's a tough one. If you need to be on your elbows, that's also an option, yeah? When you're ready, take a breath. Imagine your toes are growing from your hips, reaching to the floor, lift, back of your pelvis closes, front of your pelvis opens. Soften the elbows to come down. Really good. 2 more. Press to reach your toes towards the floor, lift from the back hips. And then guys, you're flying it. 1 more, let's make it interesting. Press it up. Now take your time. Start to walk your feet back towards you. And then can we come up onto the toes? So it's kind of comfortable-ish, not much work in the back body. Start to walk your hands out in front. That's it, so you're in that low squat. Amazing. Yes, good. Send your body up to standing. And find balance. Okay, we're going to take 1 leg up, other leg up. So we've just got that slide of the thigh bone in that hip socket, feeling hopefully a little freer, a little more spacious, a little more grounded. Last 2 here. And 1, and then let the feet find the floor. Arms reach to the ceiling, interlace. I'm going to start to circle my arms above my head, like I'm drawing a little halo. As I move my ribs, my hips move freely, however, wherever they want. And reverse. We're sort of spiraling around that ankle joint. Let's do 2. Let's do 1. Find your center and release it away. Amazing. Well done, you guys. Thank you so much. That is your